Yeah, we've reached the inner portion of Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast! Don't mind if I do. I never miss. Perfect move. Raging storm. It's a duel beyond. Art expert coming through.
Time to shine.
We got flyers.
Now, just
All yours, Kisara. The enemy wields arc too.
we'll soon see about that.
You're mine!
In here. Each turn.
Demon Tank!
Now.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Kisara, split it open!
Be my guest! Time to let it rip!
This one's mine.
Ignite!
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Redwell!
I'm not scared! They're all totally fine!
No escape!
Holy Land! I owe you,
Make it
Shield.
rain.
Dealing with what? Frozen?
Hammer.
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Please,
No coming through! Here! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
we got lightning to death! Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too. Illuminate the dark! Magic is a close one!
Havoc
Lunar corruption!
You're mine!
Lunar blast! Lightning aura!
Demon Fang!
Up and at 'em, let's go!
Take this!
Energy! Lightning condenser! Hear my call!
It's here!
Here's evil!
How about this?
The chain between heaven and earth! One more! A
Ah!
wailing bounty of lightning!
To the fray! Going in!
Divine
Swallow
favor!
Blade!
This one's
Seven
mine!
and one.
Now!
Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! You were practically a blur. Together with your marksmanship, we make quite the team.
And thus our strength yet grow.
Huh.
No choice!
Hurricane foot! Lunar corruption! Tempest water!
Try harder! My turn!
Take cover when it calls out!
Demon Fang! There!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
I'm not done! Eat this!
Glacial fire!
Swallow Blade!
Dragon Ball! Make it rain! Yohali!
All yours, Kisara!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane foot! A wailing banshee of
Take
lightning!
this!
Hurricane foot!
Front! Demon
Field
Fang!
lightning! More for the stockpile!
Piercing
Front!
roar!
Wind!
Mega ray!
Rising!
Hurricane foot! Alright,
Lightning
it's
strike.
showtime!
Flash!
Sleep now!
Nothing gets
Take
by
it.
me!
Hit!
Piercing
Swallow
roar!
Blade!
It's
Take this!
lightning strike!
Vacuum Blade!
Pierce roar! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Wow! Look what I just found. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
I'll do my best!
Where are you going? Let the marksman handle this!
Demon Fang!
Here's my call! Dance in the wind!
Vacuum Blade!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Make it
Swallow
rain!
Blade!
Freeze blade!
All yours, Kisara!
Lightning!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours
You
truly!
picked the wrong fight!
Radiant pierce! I'm out
Swallow
of ammo!
Blade!
Vortex!
Make it rain!
Dragon
Shion!
Swarm!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it? Lightning
Not by a long
Wind!
shot!
Raging cascade!
Rising Falcon!
Change now!
Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I need to be stronger. Get lost!
Wind!
Where are you going? Here's a punch blast! Here's another! In the wind! Radiant pierce! Their hide is thick as armor.
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
I'll bash in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Water! Blood has been Puddle!
Glacial Spear!
Pure evil!
No
Like
escape!
astral energy!
Lightning
Raging
strike!
dragon!
Now you see what I can do!
Swallow Blade!
Crash!
Right there!
Dance in the wind!
Infernal Torrent!
Shield! There! Let's get you all tucked away.
Blade!
Hurricane Flash! This one's mine!
Ray!
Hurricane
By the
Strike!
power of water!
Lightning Strike!
Severing Wind!
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Hi, Hoodle!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Thunder Field!
Hurricane Blade!
Demon Fang!
On guard!
You have to aim for the right area on their back.
Vacuum Blade!
I'll heal you all.
Smash you!
The flashing part's their weak point.
Do it!
Dragon
Shield!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Get lost! This one's mine!
Going in!
Flush!
Don't mind if I do.
It cools up! Time to get out of the way!
Demon Fang!
How do you like being pounded into
Shining
shape?
Supernova!
There!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Here I will! One more!
I'm knocked out!
You're right there with
Win!
me. I'm all
This
stopped
one's
up.
all mine!
Do it!
Rising Falcon!
Going in!
Iron Cleaver! Vacuum Blade!
Time to start!
By the going in! This one's mine!
Burn in hell!
By the power of
Make it rain! Rinwell!
Frozen!
Hammer! You want me? Come get me!
Escape!
Vacuum
Laser Spear!
Pierce evil!
Look sharp!
Lightning
Severing Wind!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Falcon!
Havoc
Pierce
denied!
evil! A chain between heaven and earth! Freeze Lancer!
Vacuum
A
Blade!
wailing dusty of lightning!
Vacuum Blade!
Divine Savior!
Well then, let's keep moving.
I'll do my best!
I never miss!
One
Not on my watch!
bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You're mine!
Go for the weak point!
Demon Fang!
An astral art?
That's my shield!
Burn! Shut him down!
You wanna play?
Down! You're all smash you!
Look sharp.
No more playing nice! Illuminate the dark! Here, lightning strike!
You escape! Win!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Vacuum
Hold on
blade!
to your heart! Here I come!
You're mine!
Sleep
You
now!
escape!
I'm ready! Get on in there with me! Where are you going?
Here I come! I'm not done!
Here's a healing art!
Demon Fang!
Fantastic. Now my clothes are ruined. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Ready to go. Denied. Shield and mace.
Severing wind! Vacuum blade!
Do it.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone!
Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
Illuminate
Here I come!
Come forth! Holy
Iron Cleaver!
Shattering the pieces!
Look sharp.
You escape! Vacuum blade!
I can handle it.
Vacuum
Shield
blade!
and mace.
Crazy cascade!
By the
You're
power.
mine!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Get lost!
Burn in hell!
Aw, two giant
Power blade!
Let me help.
Severing wind!
Far enough.
Not on my watch! Lightning! Downfall!
Wind!
Will this help?
Rising Falcon!
Lightning more! Healing Appreciate the help! One at a time!
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front
Make it
line.
rain.
No sooner said, all yours, Kisara.
One more! Radiant
Severing
Celestial
wind!
Runner!
Void Blast! Lunar Rondo!
Illuminate the dark!
Rising Falcon!
Armor won't save you.
Holy Land! What? Chain between heaven and earth!
It's on!
A wailing fancy of lightning!
Rising Falcon! Take it! Show in an instant! Impact Block!
Sometimes I wonder where you come up with those moves.
I could say the same to you.
Good thing we're on the same side, huh?
Guess I misread the landing.
Gotta break through! Wind!
Right here. I got it.
I never miss! Lightning! Lightning!
Ignite! Lunar Rondo!
You made me angry.
Void Blast!
Let's get you all tucked away. More with that hand.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the malice
Hurricane Strike! Raging Lightning Strike! Hurricane Strike! We have confiscated! I never fit! Let the monster try to come over!
All yours, Kisara.
I'm going corruption! Hurricane Strike! Make it rain! Lightning! Death Blow! Raging Flame! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Callous. Calcified.
That's far enough!
Hurricane Strike! Lightning Strike! Between heaven and earth! Hurricane Strike! Lightning Strike!
Void Blast!
Hurricane Jubilee!
All yours, Kisara.
Looks like we came out on top.
We just need to make sure we stay there.
Right. And without totally overdoing it.
Out of my way!
Burn in hell! Come one, come all!
Water! Look sharp! Where are you going? Lightning Strike!
Ready and rare.
Lunar Arc! It's showtime!
Severing
Healing
Wing!
Circle!
Strike!
Lightning!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Change between heaven and earth!
There!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Swirl
Let me
blade!
help! First Savior! Dance in the wind! Hand thrust! Raging cascade! Glacial spear!
Your arts are really incredible.
It's thanks to you I can use them.
And I promise I'll always be here.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You picked the wrong fight!
Dance in the wind! In here! Hurricane Strike!
Wind!
This one's mine!
Rising Falcon!
What's the secret to being as strong as you?
You're pretty fierce on your
Now!
own.
Strong snake! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
We managed to pull through.
That's far enough!
This one's mine! Going in! Not in your dreams! Take it! Into the shadows!
Demon Pass!
Mega Ray!
Vacuum Blade! You're mine! I'm not done! You're finished!
Thunder Field!
You're mine!
Raging
No
Cascade!
escape!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Demon Fang!
Lightning!
Dragon Swarm!
Divine Savior! Going in!
Here I come!
Looking fearsome, Rinwell.
You must be rubbing off on me.
Let's kick some ass, kid.
You fight better at it. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Let's refrain from losing.
I won't forgive you!
Hurricane strike! Far enough! Raging water!
Time to shine! Get behind me!
In the wind!
This one's all mine!
Lightning strike!
Point blank!
Photon
Aim for the weak spot!
Thunderblade! Illuminate! Blah, blah, blah! Here's a healing art! Holy land! First aid!
Now I can let loose!
Look sharp! Ground and pound!
Vacuum
Switch
blade!
open!
Raging cascade!
Hurricane strike! Havoc crush!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Hurricane strike!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Radiant pierce! Thunder field! Lunar corruption! Raging cascade!
Going in!
Lightning strike! Air
Here I come!
Havoc crush! Make it rain! Rinwell!
Frozen!
Hammer! Next time, do you think we could add some more flames into the mix?
Huh? It's not that easy to adjust, you know. It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
That's far enough!
Eat this!
Lunar corruption! Raging storm! Gemini celestial hammer!
Time to
Severing
shine!
wind!
Water! Hear my
Like
call!
moths to the fur!
Blood! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze
Denied!
Ambient swell!
Wind!
Dance in the wind!
Rising
Pierce
falcon!
evil! A chain between heaven and earth!
Hurricane
A wailing dance!
Lightning
Wind!
strike! Hurricane strike! Lightning
Rising
strike!
falcon!
Hurricane strike!
Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
Wind!
Power of water! Light astral
Rising
raging
falcon!
cascade!
I'm not done!
A chain between heaven and earth! Healing circle! A wailing banshee of lightning! Water! Hear my call! Savior! Blood!
Demon
Glacial
tank!
spear!
Vacuum
Pierce
blade!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisha!
Take this!
Mega ray!
I'm not done! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Leave the target to me!
Lightning orb!
Flaming meteor!
Gemini Aqueous Surge! By the
No
power of
escape!
water! Water! Gemini
Strike!
Piercing
By the
wall!
power of water! Thunder!
Havoc
Here I come! Try harder!
Holy glimmer!
It's time!
Hurricane
I'm not
Holy
done!
land!
Slack!
A chain between
Demon
heaven
tank!
and earth! A wailing
There!
banshee of lightning!
Strike!
In here!
Iron cleaver!
Ground and pound!
Take this!
Sweet dreams! War evil! Going in! Freeze laser! On guard!
Everyone's still in one piece? I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me, this area is rich not only in fire energy, but Earth as well.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Gotta break through! Ah! Burn in hell! Demon Blade! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Vacuum Blade!
Sleep now. Go for the weak point.
Win! Try harder! Not a chance! Rising Falcon! Strike! Swallow Blade! Demon Blade!
Photon Blast.
Cut! It's over!
Spear. Pierce evil. Light Acid
Win! Cut!
Illuminate the dark. Pierce holy land.
No escape!
I'll crush you. A wailing steel
I'm not
lightning.
done! Swallow Blade!
Hurricane strike.
Okay, here I go! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Take this! It's time!
That's an interesting stance.
It's part of the running style.
Style made of both sides.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
I managed to pull through.
Go no further.
Eat dirt!
Lightning. I never miss.
Take this!
Don't mind if I do. Time to shine. Illuminate the dark. Holy land. One more time. Go for the weak point.
You're mine!
Here.
Do it! Jolie! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Hear my call. Hurricane strike.
Win!
The chain between heaven and earth.
Dragon Swarm!
A wailing beam
Vacuum
laser.
Blade! Come on!
Here we go.
Struck! Demon Blade!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done. Hear my call.
All thanks to you.
Light Astrolabe. Illuminate the Frozen red. Holy
Swallow
land.
Blade!
How do you like being pounded into
Demon
shape?
Blade!
Hear my call. Hurricane strike. Red.
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil.
Dragon Swarm!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on.
Let's go!
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
It's Suddenly turning tails doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it. Radiant here! Another arrow! Raging cascade!
Here, let me
help. This one is mine.
Severing wing!
To the fray! This is
Point level!
Tiger blade.
Raging
Good
storm!
shot.
Where that came from?
You picked the wrong
Where's
fight!
the healer?
Swallow blade!
Piercing
Demon
ring.
Fang!
Supernova!
Dragon swarm!
Graviton field!
Vacuum blade!
Photon! Lightning
Here I
canal!
come! Catch! Struck!
There you go! Don't let up!
Armor won't save you!
This one's mine.
Dragon
Holy
swarm!
land! Hurricane!
Demon Fang!
Heaven and earth!
You're mine!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Vacuum blade!
Their arcs were interrupted.
Photon! Raging Here's a healing arc! Hurricane! Raging storm!
Wind!
Anything in armor is
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Lightning!
Vacuum blade!
I'll heal you all!
Swallow blade! Demon Fang! Dragon swarm! Damn!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
One more! Got it!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance to the wind! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot.
Ah! Burn it out!
Come forth!
Time to shine.
Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine savior! Hurricane
Swallow
strike!
blade! Demon Fang! Damn!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Time to shine.
No escape! Demon Fang!
Light astral energy! Raging
I'm not
cascade! Lunar
done.
corruption!
Give me a discharge.
By the power of
Here
I'll be
goes.
saving this one!
Hurricane strike.
Giant healing supernova! Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
Oh, too shy to come over.
Here's a healing arc!
Give me a
Demon Fang!
Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth!
I'll take you all on!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
My head's spinning just watching you.
Void Blast! Lunar Rondo! Here I come!
Raging
Struck!
cascade!
Void Blast!
Lunar corruption!
Piercing
Lunar
roll.
Rondo!
Gemini aqua! Steel force! More with that! Hurricane strike!
Glacial spear.
Shattering
I'll heal you all.
pieces!
Raging storm!
Severing wing!
Blow!
Void Blast!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone. Here come more.
We'll just have to keep fighting.
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No complaints here!
Hurricane strike! Healing circle!
I owe you one.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't.
A wailing banshee of lightning! Here I go! House this! Lightning! Please don't mind if I do! Here's a healing arc! Tiger blade! First aid!
Let loose! Burn!
Lightning raging! Cascade! This one's mine! In here!
Smash you!
Going in! Lightning!
Take this! I'm not gonna...
I'll heal you all! Too much to handle? Healing circle!
Too shy to come over.
Radiant! A wailing banshee of lightning! Seal! More for the stockpile! Illuminate the stockpile! Holy land!
Rising Falcon!
Damn it!
Here I come! No escape!
Glacial
Here's a
ice.
healing arc! How's everything on your end?
Quiet. Well, right after I silenced them.
Kisara! So delectable! You're spicier than you look!
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic, but fair. This one's mine!
With precision like that, I'm I'm glad you're not on the other side.
Likewise for you and that shield.
Best to stay in one another's good graces, then.
That's it.
Will this help?
It's on!
Healing circle! Thanks! Just what I needed.
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem. This one's mine.
Ignite!
Going in. Lunar blast. Heal for havoc. Not on my watch. Here's a healing arc. First aid. Far enough. Lunar blast. Lightning orb. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Linwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Now! Swallow blade! Dragon form! There!
Where are you going? Look sharp. No more playing nice.
Great.
Guardian field.
Is this what real pain feels like?
A new leaf on life. Hold on. Here I come.
It's time to finish this!
Die! Consuming wildfire! Here's a healing arm! It's showtime! Hold on to your arm. Here I come!
Now you see what I can do!
Whoa, hey!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
On guard! Healing circle!
Swallow blade!
Alright,
Down!
You picked the wrong fight!
Not in your dreams!
And just...
like that, I'm back in it.
Blade!
Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
Demon Fang!
You get the dead.
Ready to go!
Swallow blade!
Holy wind!
Ruining gate!
Gemini a wailing Dancy of right into the fray! Not on my watch! Hold on to your arm. Here I
Swallow
come!
blade!
Heal you
Demon
all!
Fang!
This one's mine!
Win!
It's
Too much! I have no limits!
Holy glimmer!
No! Can't end here!
Better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I... Both.
Don't mind if I do. Resuscitation! I'm on a roll! Mega
Not done yet.
Hold on to your arm! Here I come!
you!
Lightning far enough! Piercing roll! Came between heaven and earth. It looks like you got this one covered. Lightning strike!
I'm not done! There!
Here's a healing arc. Divine Force! In the wind!
Swallow
In
blade!
here! Gemini Aqua! By the Gale Force!
Demon
Now!
Fang! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! There!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Open!
Watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Hey, is that it over there?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, Then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how... How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death.
I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
That's... too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Open.
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Open.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard? How could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then, I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.